Riveting content. Empowering your life. Welcome to the Sphere. This episode is sponsored by
Dr. Taraya M. Richmond, PLLC. When it comes to your family's health and women's services, and you're looking for excellence in healthcare, look no further than your family medicine physician, Dr. Taraya M. Richmond, PLLC. Call Dr. Richmond today at 713-453-6962 to schedule your next appointment.
Looking to advertise? Join the Sphere's vast demographic reach of thousands of people all over the world. Send an email today to advertise@thesphere.tv or call us at area code 832-772-7789. KOG and Company. Are your unique gifts and talents changing the world? Do you desire to belong to a community of unity? Visit KOGpassion.com to learn more about the Unleash Your Dopeness movement.
Welcome to the Docs here on the Spear Network. I'm Dr. Keisha Davis. We are here to educate, empower, and inform you on health and wellness topics. Thank you for joining us today. So I'm happy to be here today. It's another Monday, a hard Monday, but I want to introduce myself as Dr. Keisha Davis. You can check me out on Facebook and also on Instagram as KYDMD_dance. I am a pathologist, also into health and wellness. And we've also got Miss Lovely Lady here, Dr. Baptiste.
Hey guys, of course I am glad to be here. I have of course 4 wonderful women here today, and I am also coming off a very long Monday. I will say that if I'm gonna have a Monday, I need it to, if it's gonna be hard, I need it to be like this. Where like, yeah, it was hard, but like everything actually went all right. Like it was like,
right.
Whew, thank you Jesus, whew. The next case, thank you Jesus, whew, thank you Jesus. No, it was just like every potential, like, and I actually had a new kid today who was a PEMA Institute dental assistant, needs his internship hours. I was like, you started on a day that that is unheard of. Like, you don't get to see a patient with an abscess like this, right? Like, face this swollen, need an emergency extraction with purulent exudate that comes out after, aka pus, right? So like, well, yeah, she was in pain.
I know. No, that don't mean nothing.
Well, the good thing is that I did the same thing for the same patient like 3 or 4 years ago. Okay. So she knew what was going to happen, right? So like, so he had that. Then we did like same day implants on a case. Like we did a whole bunch of stuff today, and I was like, listen, every day's not like today. So I just thank God
and you
for
still
that.
look fresh.
I'm tired. Fresh. I'm tired.
Look at all tan and sunshiny. I mean, we ain't all able.
So if you'd like to find me, I am Dr. Chandra Batiste. I own my own dental practice. It's called Elite Dental Wellness, located at the corner of Fondren and Westheimer. You can give me a call at 713-789-8680, or you can follow me on Instagram at hotdoc.com or Facebook and Twitter and all that, Chandra Batiste. Of course, we have Dr. Kwanzaa Pickney in the building.
What's going on, y'all? What's good? Social media, all avenues. And we're excited to hear from you and talk to you. This is Dr. Kwanzaa MD. I'm your board-certified emergency physician, ER doc extraordinaire, the DJ, doctor, speaker, author. We could go on, but I won't. I don't know why I'm feeling all extra today. Sorry, but that's okay. But you can find me on Facebook at Dr. Kwanzaa MD or on Instagram at Dr._Kwanzaa MD. Or you can hit my website at www.drkwanzaamd.com. And I'm just fresh off of a conference. I was super excited over the weekend to be in Alabama for the Wifeology conference. So I'm just catching up to speed my own self. I learned a lot about being a wife, Y'all be doing a lot.
Wifeology.
Yeah.
So
Shout out Dr. Cree.
who hosts Wifeology?
So it's Dr. Cree, and she's out of Alabama, and she's actually a family medicine doctor. And so she just ventured off into the world of vaginal rejuvenation,
Okay.
hormone therapy. So she's doing all kinds of great things out in Alabama. Shout out to my peeps. And she had a conference. It was amazing. Just had a lot of different topics about women's health, how to restore balance in your life and in your marriage, with your kids. And so it was really, really exciting and pretty relevant to actually what we're talking about today. I would say there was no balance over the weekend. We're all getting our hustle on for show. So it was crazy. But I'm super excited because I wanted to introduce our guest. She's been a mentor to me actually throughout my career in emergency medicine. I've had the pleasure of working with her for the last several years. And whenever I need a shoulder to throw something off of, I'm like in her office like, Dr. Warfield, I need your advice, because she's been married for how many years? 21 years. She's still happy, still loves her husband.
Might be it's 22 actually. We just celebrated 22.
Yeah, don't get in trouble at
I
home.
know,
like,
right?
We don't need that. And 4 beautiful kids, still killing it, still out at events. And I'm always like, how in the world does she do that? Like, how do you find the energy for that? So why don't you say hi to everybody? This is Dr. Sharita Warfield.
Hi everyone. Thank you very much, Dr. Kwanzaa and the other docs on the panel. I'm very happy and pleased to be here. As she said, I am a physician, emergency physician. We work together in the ER. And I am married to my wonderful husband, Brett, who we met in medical school. He's a physician as well. And so out of that, we have 4 beautiful children that has enriched our lives, but caused challenges as well. But it's a good thing.
But she always stays so cold and clean about it, and
I
calm
try
and
it.
fun. And
You know, it
still
has
got
to
all this
do.
sass.
Yeah, it has to do a lot with your mindset, you
Okay.
know, and your attitude,
Gotcha.
and how you look at life and what you intend to get out of life. I used to always say I wanted to be a wife, a mother, and a physician.
Okay.
That was before I had any of it.
That's what's up.
Once you get into it, it does pose challenges, but again, you just have to be grounded, and stay positive. And
And where can people find you at?
I am on all social media platforms under at Dr. Sharita Dr. SharitaMD. That's DrSharitaMD.
And what are you going to be doing like over the next year or so? Just so people can get a feel for what you have in the works. Just
Well,
give it to them.
Okay.
She's being modest over
yeah,
here.
Yeah. I enjoy working in the emergency room. I've done it 20 plus years and have gotten a lot out of it. But I'm looking to embark on a new career path. That being, I want to educate the masses on diabetes and the negative health effects of that. And I'm also considering perhaps a diabetic meal service.
She can throw down, y'all.
I love to cook.
Y'all haven't had her cooking, but I've had it. It's the bomb.
I'm so sorry
Well,
to
thank
interrupt.
you.
Somebody is saying hello from Dayton, Ohio. Kimberly Foster. So hey, Kimberly.
Oh, hey,
Dayton.
Kim.
What's
Hey.
What up?
What's up?
What up? What up?
Oh my gosh, I didn't even get to.
I know.
Let me get
So-
shared along
so-
too. Hold on.
So,
Right.
so you're talking about doing a diabetic health meal plan. Like, does that mean like delivery services or ordering online, that type of thing?
Mhm.
Awesome.
Delivering
That's
the
great.
food. Because, a lot of people in our busy lives, we don't have time or take the time to cook.
Sure.
And I think that would be a way for people to, because a lot of my patients I find, I have diabetes, doc, but I don't know what to eat. They're still eating the cakes and the cookies.
It's
and
a struggle, though.
It is a
because there's so
struggle.
many hidden carbs,
Correct.
right? Hidden sugar, really.
hidden sugars,
It's
hidden
not just
carbs.
carbs, but just
they
hidden
don't know the
sugars.
right foods to eat.
Yeah,
And so,
yeah.
I'm looking to gear up a program that's going to help them know exactly what to eat, how to eat it. And you can live with diabetes,
You really can.
and have a fruitful and productive life.
I mean, I had gestational diabetes with my oldest,
Mhm.
and I don't feel like it's fair for any pregnant woman to have gestational diabetes.
Right.
I feel like
That's
it's fair for
horrible.
any pregnant
That's
woman to have
horrible.
to not have to have a diet.
Right.
I don't,
Exactly.
and-
I too had it.
Did you really?
I did. I
But-
had gestational diabetes with my last child.
Ah.
I had to do insulin and, like you said, meal restrictions.
Yes. Oh,
And-
you had to do insulin.
Yes.
Oh, my.
And then
I don't
unfortunately,
know how I didn't know that you were a diabetic. That's how good she is, y'all. She be at work, like, just killing the game. And I really did not know you had diabetes until we just randomly started talking about it. I was like, why is that your
Correct.
focus? And
Yeah. Correct,
told me,
because I
basically.
had gestational.
Okay.
And then 5 years after delivering her, I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes.
Oh,
Wow.
man, so this is a true passion for you.
Truly, because I too had to learn how to eat right. You know how, I always thought I ate healthy.
Of course.
But when you're eating all the wrong things that are
Sure.
quote unquote deemed as healthy,
Yeah.
it
yeah.
sabotages your,
So
your
give
health.
just for people who struggle with diabetes, and this isn't even our topic for today, but just give like a what you used to feel like was healthy, like just one day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then what you now know is healthy for you as a diabetic.
For me as a diabetic, and I still kind of adapt, but say, if you have some pancakes, you have some eggs with cheese.
Oh, that sounds good.
That sounds
Yeah,
really good.
sounds very good.
That's an
That right
average breakfast, and then for
bacon,
lunch,
a couple slabs of bacon.
Sure, absolutely.
Well, I would use vegan bacon for that.
Well, and no, that was in my previous. I don't eat that now.
You're the only one I think at this table that would eat.
Right.
vegan
No, my
bacon.
daughter's
Right.
a vegan,
I've
and
had
so
it
she
one
would
Which
be
one,
on
the-
board with
the
that.
12-year-old?
The 19-year-old.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know that.
Good.
At the table.
just
At the
trailblazing.
table, Dr. Sharita.
Yeah, nah.
Dr. Keisha is the only one here that will be
Right.
like, "Oh, y'all want
she was
y'all
trying
want
to have
vegan
us-
bacon?"
That's good.
She was trying to have us
That
pack
is-
coconut water in our lunch bag. I was like,
Coconut water.
Yeah,
Wow.
absolutely. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, which is why she has abs.
right,
Yeah.
right,
Well, very
right.
good, very good.
Right.
But it's a mindset change because we have eaten so improperly, probably all of our lives, and our diet has a lot to do with the illnesses that we are afflicted with.
Sure.
That and family history. However, we can make a change, and I think if we adjust, our eating habits and adopt a healthier lifestyle,
Yeah.
then we can.
Well, that's wonderful.
Yes,
I pray that goes very well for you. That is
Thank
wonderful.
you.
So
Thank you very much.
So what we're focusing on today is, I think, something that we all have either struggled with, or we are struggled with, or know someone who struggles with it. The superhero stigma, right? The idea of us being, all of these women at this table are doctors,
Yes.
right? And the kind of stigma of putting on all these hats that we wear. You just went to a wifeology
I did.
weekend, right?
did.
So like that's another hat.
It
Yes.
is another hat, and it's challenging. I mean,
Sure.
so I'm learning too. So part of what triggered this was because I myself, can get really easily caught up into doing all these activities, and then I'm always last on my list, right? And so, over time, it starts to wear on you. But I think what was pervasive about this topic is that we see it so frequently in medicine. But I know, we have something very important to do, and we're going to hop back on this topic in 1 second. But Dr. Keisha,
Oh, there is another wonderful physician out there. I want to let you know that this show is sponsored by Dr. TrSharita Richmond,
The bomb.
PLLC. Yes,
Yes,
very
love her.
beautiful. Finding excellence in healthcare is not an easy task. When you begin the journey, look no further than your local family medicine physician, Dr. TrSharita Richmond. She offers an array of services from pap smears, breast exams, STI screenings, contraceptive management, prenatal care, and so much more. So call Dr. TrSharita Richmond to schedule your next appointment today. Her phone number is 713-453-6962.
Don't worry, Dr. Taraya has it all together. She doesn't have this problem. She knows how to keep her boundaries. But
I think
she's
another
also
a superwoman.
she is a superwoman and she can lift a lot. If you ever check out her page, she's a power lifter. She does her thing. She's pretty cool.
Wow.
And one other thing, and we kind of digressed a little bit, and I forgot to get to our hot topic, but just out of curiosity, we have all these things going on in our personal life, at work, but I think one thing important to talk about is how much of a responsibility do we have to share our political beliefs and ideas. And I think after everything that happened in the last couple of weeks in the media regarding immigration, these detention camps with kids separated from their families, how much do y'all get involved in that at work? Do y'all comment on it when people are talking about it?
I personally try, it depends who I'm around.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
keep most of it to myself. Unless it's a couple people around that I really feel comfortable around, then I'll talk about subjects like that. But most of the time, I try to watch it because you have to be, again, as a woman and as someone carrying many hats, you have to be careful what you say because it may be construed the wrong way. I've learned that from mistakes. So I try to usually keep it to a minimum when I'm at work.
What about you, Dr. Sharita? You've never been shy about giving your point.
This is true. And sometimes, like she said, depending on who's around, I will discuss certain hot topics. But of course, in the ER, it's give and take.
Right.
If it's busy, we don't have time to be standing around or sitting around chatting. However, if we find a little free time, I will interject my opinion.
I know, but what about the water cooler? When you get those little comments and it's just in your ear. I mean, and so it sort of came up, I suppose, because I heard some commentary that I found to be pretty dispassionate given the situation. I mean, whatever your political view is, I think it's hard to see kids in distress, period, or children in distress.
Sure.
Yes.
And I felt like sort of between a rock and a hard place. And, eventually I did kind of share my feelings on it, but had felt a little tempered in my approach to it, which is unusual for me. But, it is, and it made me think about, like, what is our role as physicians? How involved are we supposed to be when these crises come up in the news media, in the world, period? What is our duty to educate people? And I think it just became, really difficult to kind of hold my tongue, and I did, but it was a challenge.
Right.
It was a challenge for me.
I think that part of it is that it's not just a humanitarian issue, it's also a political issue. It'd be different if it was just strictly solely humanitarian.
Right.
I think that we have a lot more freedom in discussing humanitarian issues. Lack of water in Africa, fresh water. That's a humanitarian issue. It's not a political. That's not politicized for us.
Right.
This, however, is political. There's people who are
On one side
politically
or the other.
divided.
Yeah.
Whether it's they are being blinded by it being humanitarian, because at the end of the day, it is humanitarian for people who aren't dealing with the politics of it, right? And so I think that's when you have to determine, like, just like when President Barack Obama was running, were we in our offices or in our places of business saying you're voting for Barack? We weren't, right? Because it's political. It tends to be, you have to kind of toe this line of, where do you bring politics? Where do you bring religion? Where do you bring in, LGBTQ? Like, where do you bring this into the workplace? And then you have to say, where's our role as women, as lovers, as fighters, as politicians, because we are more than just doctors.
That's
right?
a great point.
And so if you are willing to bring in this issue, then you also have to be willing to bring in guns. You have to be willing to bring in Second Amendment rights. You have to be willing.
See, I work night shift, so I feel like it comes up because there's maybe sometimes a little bit more downtime and just stuff be happening at work. And so, like, we'll get into these little conversations at times. And
now, are you talking about with coworkers, or are you talking about with patients?
Now, with patients, no. I mean, I really, I hold my tongue because it's not the appropriate place. They're here for an emergency service.
Sure.
And they're not here to get my political beliefs. But over time, working with colleagues or other staff, who you end up inevitably becoming comfortable with, no matter what their political belief is. Sometimes these things come up and they want your opinion, and you're like, okay, do I tell them the real, or like, how tempered do you want to go without sacrificing yourself? And I think that becomes a struggle. But I think you guys make really valiant points, and I actually wanted to highlight one doctor. Even while Dr. Simone is enjoying her birthday, bless her heart.
I know, bless her heart.
She's out there
I'm a
killing it right now. I'm hating too. I'm not even gonna lie.
Yep.
But I wanted to just highlight for melanin medicine, Dr. Edith Irby Jones. She's an African American physician who was the first African American to be accepted as a non-segregated student at the University of Arkansas Medical School, and the first Black student to attend a racially mixed class in the South. And so she's actually in Houston, Texas, and everybody in the medical community, pretty much if you're out and about town, may have gotten to run into her if you are in the medical or physician community. So she's a really cool resource out in Houston for us as women doctors and trailblazers. And so just wanted to give her a shout out and say thank you for your service.
Well, I would like to also thank everybody who's watching us on Facebook Live. Kim just gave us some heart eyes. Kim Kirkpatrick just gave us some heart eyes, and Kimberly Foster just gave us a thumbs up. So we appreciate everybody watching and everybody that comments. We ask that you subscribe to our show, please, by all means. It's on all places: iTunes, SoundCloud, Google Play, Stitcher. It's all on all the major platforms. Please review our show. Sheila, hey girl, hey. That's my friend.
Yeah,
That's my friend.
that's awesome.
And my mom always watches and supports, so I appreciate you guys. Review our show on iTunes with constructive feedback. If you have any ideas, if you want to see somebody up here, we love to have your ideas and your viewpoints, please, because it can't just be about us. We do this for you guys. So review us and give us some feedback. Share this Facebook Live post and the entire show with your family and friends. Y'all should not be selfish.
Yeah, don't be selfish.
Sharing is caring. So
Yeah, don't be
share
hating.
us. And if you could, if you have a little extra coin and you want to donate to this, please, we will take your coin and we will continue to grow this network and continue to bring you guys this amazing content every week. You can donate at www.thesphere.tv/donate. We're going to end it now. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Is it Colleen? I think to it. Great topics. We appreciate you. You can follow us and subscribe to our show, and you'll hear the rest of this. We have amazing stuff coming up, so we're going to end it live now. We'll see you guys on the other side. Thank you so much for watching now.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So we're gonna
Michelle
Thank
D.
you.
McGee says,
Oh, hey.
your Sands in Austin, Texas.
Yes, that's my Sans, my
look at
sorority
that.
sister.
Oh, there you go. What are
Hey,
you?
Sans, I'm a Delta.
As am I.
Yes,
so
all
hard.
the love.
Yes.
We won't even do
As
it.
am
You
I.
know, Boulet's about to be here for the.
I know.
I know.
This weekend,
We're not gonna do it.
AKA.
We're not gonna do it.
That's all right. We'll
That's
let her
awesome.
do
We
it.
love our pink.
Well,
Yes, we do.
Simone's not here, so we can
I know we
rub
can
all
really
this
brag
in.
on her today because
Hey.
she's not here. No, we love everyone. We love everybody. We're
That's
just
awesome.
playing
Yes,
around.
we do.
you know,
Yes, we do.
Normal sorority stuff. But yeah, we wanted to get into this really cool topic, and it's a topic that I think everybody can relate to, and it's about sort of having the stigma of being a superhero. And what that basically means is the unconscious desire to be needed, appreciated, or valued, but it's disguised as doing something for someone else. However, the problem that can arise is that oftentimes this willingness to be of help can often leave you overtired, making commitments that you're overpromising to essentially make you bitter, making you exhausted. Has anybody dealt with this on the panel?
Oh, not me. Not at all.
Now you're immune.
Never, never.
Never.
Every single day.
Right.
Every single day, right?
So how do you battle with that? Or how does it show up in your life if you had to give an example?
I think my sister gave me a word of wisdom. When I think I was pregnant with my second, she gave me wisdom. She's like, not everything can be perfect all the time. And it's okay just to be a good mom.
Yeah.
Because I tried to have the house perfect. I tried to have everything perfect, food. Luckily, my husband cooks well. So I let him deal with the food. And I just realized I can't do it all. If someone has to come clean the house, and so be it, somebody has to come clean the house. If I can't make it to every single practice, then, send me a video of it. It just has to be, because if not, I would start getting migraines every day. I would start getting sick, throwing up. So I just had to step back and realize I can't do it all, but I have to make sure I do something I like to do and then still get my work done and make sure the kids are fed, happy, husband's good, and that's all you can do.
That's true.
All you can
Yeah.
do. I
That
mean,
is
I
true.
know that for me, and I think, Sharita, you can speak to this really well. That's part of why I wanted you to come and talk to us today, because you're really great at managing all of this stuff. And I think, it's interesting researching this topic, because what they essentially talk about is your willingness to say yes all the time is more about you than helping anyone else. And I think once you can acknowledge that fact, it becomes a little bit different. You start thinking about each obligation that you're committing to, or each scenario that you're committing to, because ultimately, over-promising and under-delivering, it eventually will take a toll on your self-esteem, especially if you're a person who prides himself in really doing a great job and you have a strong desire to do that. You're basically setting yourself up to fail, even though you're trying to be helpful, even though you're not really being helpful.
Correct. You can have a tendency to get caught up in looking for that adoration, acceptance, or praise, and that's, like you said, where the hero syndrome comes into play. And you end up saying yes, and not being able to fulfill all of those. So then it still sends you into a backward spiral because you are overwhelmed, overworked, underappreciated, and you don't end up getting the gratification that you were seeking by accepting all of these things. I don't know. I mean, my husband and I, we've been doing it for a while, so it's more of a team approach, We do different delegations, I love to cook, so I'll do the cooking, but I don't do any cleaning. But
Oh,
he
nice.
he loves to clean. So
Oh, really? So like dishes,
Yes.
laundry.
well, before we had children, yes, he did the dishes.
do the laundry,
He
right?
does his own laundry. Now that my kids are older, as they were coming up, I taught them how to do their own laundry. You know, when they were babies, it was a little bit more overwhelming. But no, they're older now, and even the 12-year-old, she knows how to do her own laundry. You know, you have to give people responsibility and delegation. For myself, you know, cooking is a stress reliever. So I enjoy getting into the kitchen and cooking healthy and preparing meals, and doing that I can offset some stress. But I also work out. I like riding my bike. I'm a road cyclist.
Yes, you are. She did the MS 150, y'all.
Hey,
How many times have you
nice.
done that?
No. I trained for it, remember?
Oh, I thought you did.
I was training for it.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah, and then my back went out, and I had to have surgery and all that.
But she can do it, y'all. I promise you.
I do. I
She
ride.
can do it.
I
Okay.
ride.
But one thing that we wanted to state, in addition to, you know, fulfilling all the obligations of the house, one thing we do have to do is pay some bills. And so we just want to give some credit and love and joy to the sponsorship of the Sphere. And so we love the Sphere. Obviously, we're on this network. We're so blessed to be here. And so one thing we wanted to comment on is that if you are starting your business and you're looking for a place to advertise, or do you have a need to reach out to thousands of people across the world to build your brand or sell your products? If so, get your product placement and advertising needs handled right here at the Sphere. We offer a wide variety of content delivery platforms, including iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, YouTube, and Stitcher. Plus, we have a vast demographic reach within the United States as well as modern countries across the globe. Our enriched content, inspiring dialogue, coupled with your strategic I'm sorry, y'all. With your strategically planned ad is surely to hit the mark every time. Call us today at area code 832-772-7789 or send an email over to advertise@thesphere.tv. And we're so blessed to be here with you guys, and thank you to the Sphere for sponsoring this portion of the show.
Well, I have a question. So this delegating responsibilities at home, it's all good, but at work, it's the tricky part for me. When do you at work, when people try to give you too much work, when is it okay to say, look, I can't take this on? Because, you know, you can only do so much during a day. And then
Correct.
over time, if you start saying yes, you begin to be the person that gets dumped on.
Dumped on, yes. I mean, you have to look in yourself and see, is that something you can handle and do, you know, properly, or get it done in a timely manner? And if you don't think you can do that, it really is okay to say no. I don't have any problem saying no.
No, what's your best tactic at saying no? Because, okay, you can't get a sense for it here. It's probably because we're all over here baking in the studio now.
Right.
Y'all
It's
don't
more.
feel that or know that. It's because we love you all so much. Thank you, building facilities. But no, we're grateful. I'm just playing. But, you know, Sharita has like a riot sense of humor. She's actually pretty hilarious, especially when we're at work. She drops the gems on them. But like, what's the biggest thing you've ever had to say no to? And how did you do it?
Oh, my Lord.
Ooh,
Right.
Come on, Dr. Riri.
I gotta
Chef
think
Riri.
what's appropriate to.
Okay. No, go ahead. I'll let you think on it for a second. But I think,
I have
you
to
know,
say-
saying no is always sort of tough. And I think genuinely this actual concept of the hero syndrome kind of challenged me, because I sort of came into it thinking one way about the topic and then learned something. I was like, oh, this is more about those of us who do tend to overcommit. And whereas I originally saw this topic as something that we all kind of suffer with, it's also something we chronically engage in if we're overcommitters or try to take on too many tasks. And so saying no actually has been a pretty big challenge. But I did say no to something before I came here, so I was super proud of myself. I was like, an event that just really did not, you know, while
Too much to do.
very, very appreciative, is just, you know, it's just too much.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to learn how to say.
Chandra, how do you do that? Like if they start putting in more patients on the schedule in a day and you're just like, look.
I don't say no to that. The only, well, let me say this. I say no when I cannot be in 5 places at one time, when it's
Right.
going to affect the quality of care.
Right.
Or a patient is going to, all right, so you put some huge treatment on the schedule, but I can't do it, or that patient's treatment, that patient now is mad that they are giving me their money and they've
Right.
waited an hour. They could have gone down the street or whatever. So I never want my quality's never going to suffer, but I don't want the experience to suffer.
Right.
So my team now realizes that I'm only one person with 2 legs and 2 hands. And they also realize that the reason why patients come to me is because they expect me to remember that they have 4 kids and one of them is at LSU and one of them, that one plays, is a musician. Like, they want me to remember that. I can't remember that if I'm not giving them that time. So I don't have a problem with saying, like, y'all are affecting my image and my future and this is my image, this is my name. So if you overbook me in a goal to make more money, that's great. But that means that one person that waited an hour now gives us bad news travels faster than good news.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
No, I
So
agree.
That's true.
so
That is
now
true.
I've been able to get out of a lot of things because I have 3 kids. So I'm able to be like, nope, can't do it. I have 3 kids,
Right.
right? Like,
Exactly.
nope, sorry,
No, you're
not
right.
available.
You're right.
Exactly.
It also comes down to just, also yourself not being overextended. Even though we know we can push through and push on, it doesn't mean we always have to. And, I guess maybe I'm harping on it because it's been a hard concept for me because I love doing what I do. I love being a doctor. I love DJing. I love hanging out with people, socializing. But sometimes, life happens. And
Yes, it
sometimes
does.
for me, I have to learn how to take a step back. Like Dr. Petit said, so that your quality of work doesn't suffer, because I would hate that more than anything, right? Because I'm very passionate about what I do, as we all are. And I think learning how to manage that is probably a key point of just adulting, being a physician, being a being a
Correct.
wife.
Correct.
I also think it's how you say no, right?
Yeah,
It is, of course.
definitely.
Being like, girl, I ain't got time for that. Like, I got
Oh, no, never.
or whatever, right? It's like, I would love to help you when another
Absolutely.
opportunity comes. Can you
Yeah.
please let me know? But I'm
Swamped right now.
I'm swamped, or I can't give you my best quality. So, because I can't give you my best quality, holla at me in 6 months when my
Right.
life slows down. Like,
Right.
please keep me in your mind, right?
Absolutely.
And so I think it's how you say no. How you say no is always better than saying
Absolutely.
no.
Right.
Right?
Correct.
You can make
Correct.
people feel so like,
Absolutely.
man, they love me.
Yeah.
And you just told them like pretty much hell no. Like, hell no. but because of how you said it, they feel grateful and they feel appreciated and all that. So I think that you have some sort of warrior syndrome quiz. What is this?
Oh, goodness.
Quiz.
Okay. It is a quiz. It is a quiz. So, for those of you who are following at home, let me get this quiz out. But basically, it is a test to see where you fall on the spectrum. So, the first question is, and this is sort of a test to kind of mentally check where you are on the spectrum of, are you falling into the hero syndrome or not? So, yes or no, I'm the one whom people depend on in a pinch. I'm
No.
hitting the
Yes.
round table.
Yeah.
Well, who's
Yes.
people?
No, very fast.
No. But I want to know who's people. Like,
Who
who's
wrote the
people? Because my
quiz? I
family,
don't
my
know.
family is yes, right?
Of
But like
course.
the
Yeah.
world, no, don't.
Not
no.
the world, but probably even your family.
My family
Family
is
are like
unequivocally
immediate
yes.
people. I'm gonna say
Yeah.
your immediate
Yeah.
friends, family,
Work.
colleagues.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe.
Come
that
on,
maybe
girl.
answer?
No,
I
it's
don't
yes
know.
or no.
I don't know if in a pinch. They tend to know that I will say no.
Okay, well that's really okay. You know what? We're not gonna hound you because you have boundaries. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do have boundaries.
I know, that's what I'm
I didn't
saying.
used to. I do now.
I know. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
I do now.
I'm someone who several people trust with private information.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
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 Yes. I'm overwhelmed by the obligations I have to meet because of a promise I've made to other people. I'm overwhelmed by the obligations I have to meet because of promises I've made to other people.
No.
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 Yeah, sometimes yes.
Yes to all these.
She has warrior
Hero
syndrome.
syndrome.
Yeah.
Recovering.
Recovering.
Hey, we're all a work in progress, right?
Absolutely.
Way better than I used to be. It's important for me to feel needed.
No.
No.
I'm probably gonna say yes to that actually.
Really?
Yeah,
In what
it is
aspect?
important to me
That's
because
good.
I want my children to need me. I want my husband to need me. I want my patients to need me. So
They
yeah,
do by
That's fair.
default, though.
no, that's by default. But I don't want it to be like, Mama, I don't need you. I'm good.
Oh, okay. That's
Okay.
good. Okay.
You know what I
Okay,
mean? Like
yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
I still need my parents, and I'm old. I'm 38, right?
right,
So like
right.
I know it's like a default thing, but like
Yeah.
I want them to need me. So
I
I
get
would
that.
I would say yeah
Okay,
for the
yeah.
people that I want to need me. I don't need like the world to need me. I just need those people to
Yeah.
need me.
Okay.
I think
gotcha.
as long as it doesn't become a burden to you. So
Right. No.
as long as it's still causing great satisfaction.
As I'm creating my grocery list right now. So.
I love that.
They need me to go to the grocery store.
Right.
There you go. Right.
I
exactly.
need Instacart. I
Right.
need Instacart.
Avery did. Avery, she made like 80% of it, but she's sending me. She's like, Mom,
I love that.
HEB
Nice.
Exactly.
delivery.
Curbside.
I refuse to spend that extra money. I'm so trifling. I know.
No,
I
I mean, if you don't mind doing it, I just hate it.
I love
no,
grocery
I
shopping.
I do
enjoy,
too.
yeah,
I
love
sat
grocery
at
shopping. I
home
enjoy
the other day, and my
experience.
husband's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I'm about to answer the door. The groceries are coming."
Yeah, girl. I'm with you.
wow.
I'm with you, Keisha. I'm with you.
No, see,
love
I enjoy
grocery
the shopping
I
experience.
do,
I have to
especially with
touch
no
my
kids.
food
and-
Oh.
Me
Exact-
too.
yes.
Me too.
All of it.
because-
Yes.
Once in a while. Once in a while.
I love looking at the online menus. That's what I like to do.
Oh my God.
I'm just playing. Just kidding, you guys. Just kidding.
Well, good. You'll be a perfect customer
Yes,
for
you
my
can. Yes,
service.
I'll hit you up. Okay, so I get great satisfaction from knowing that I'm the only one who can solve a specific problem.
No.
No.
No. Okay, it's hard for me to delegate tasks.
No.
It depends on what tasks. Only
Yes.
like business stuff, I have a hard time because
That's
it's
true.
hard for me to let go of that.
It's
true.
been impossible for me to delegate tasks since I was a wee child.
Okay.
So it's like
yeah,
it's a leadership flaw, right? So many strong personalities have an issue delegating it. Not that y'all aren't strong personalities,
Yeah.
but like it's one of those like very hard to let, and it's a control issue. Like I'm
Yeah,
severely type
absolutely.
A, so it's one of those
Yeah.
like if I delegate it, first off I got to tell you that I'm delegating it, and I got to tell you how I need it delegated.
And you need to
And
let
then
them
you
know
still
that
gonna
you
say,
really
"Right,
could do
right,
it.
Right.
You
So then
could do
don't
it.
do it right. Then I'm like,
you would
God,
do
I
it.
just
I
should
could have
have done
did.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all the time it's taking me to tell you
Might as well.
to do it, I might as well
I
just
hear you.
do it.
No, I feel that.
Yeah,
I mean,
so it's hard. That's hard.
I think it is tough, and I think it's gonna be interesting. I can't wait to see Sharita next year. How you're gonna feel about this topic and delegation. You've always been a good delegator from our
sure.
work experience.
sure.
But when it's your little baby that you have nurtured,
That's
just
true.
like I'm sure like kids, but your business baby. I mean, you take that very seriously. I think what Ashandra was saying is very correct. Like when it's your image on the line, your livelihood on the line. When it's something you've created and spent hours and hours and hours and hours and hours doing, it's hard. It
Right.
really
It's
takes a
hard.
lot of trust. I finally got me an assistant. I'm so excited. So
Oh,
this is my first
good.
exercise in delegation that's
Yes.
coming.
Absolutely.
So I'm
Good.
excited about that.
So I know that we have probably 85 different ways that we all have to either figure out how to delegate it. How do we, Keisha, my fit person, I'm not saying that y'all aren't fit. I just know she has abs. I don't know. You may have
Mine
abs,
are a
Dr.
work in
Sharita.
progress.
Okay. But
Mine are
as
somewhere.
I mean, you may have abs too.
No.
However, I know she has abs because she shows them off on her.
They're on my. They're on
like
health
her
and fitness.
right. They're on her
Oh,
page,
okay.
right?
Yes,
So
come
can
through.
you please give us a
Kudos.
fit tip of the week as far as what we can do as these people who kind of struggle with delegation or feel overwhelmed, overworked? Give us some fit tips to what is your fit tip of the week, ma'am?
Okay,
got it.
some simple on-the-go exercises. But first of all, you were talking about the back injury. I think it's important is posture.
Wait, we're
Whenever
talking
you're
about
doing-
Dr. Keisha.
Sorry,
You're looking at
We
this.
over here looking at her abs.
Do you see?
So I know I don't look like
So
that.
posture.
Right. Okay.
How are your toes pointing? When you walk, are you pointing with your toes out like a duck? Are you pointing in? Are you leaning over? Are your shoulders back? The posture that you carry is important because you're going to have injury when you're working out. You're going to be tired and not want to work out. So I really think that fit tip number one is make sure your posture is right when you're sitting, and always engage your abs, because if you're squeezing your abs all the time, they will look very nice over time. Just
I
keep
do
them
that. I do that
I have
sometimes.
to find my
Yeah.
abs to engage them. So I'm like,
They're
sitting here
under
like,
there.
wait a
They're
minute.
in there.
You're
But
fine,
you're right.
good.
I do sometimes consciously just kind of squeeze.
Kind of squeeze them.
Hold.
Because we need y'all to keep tuning in to the rest of Dr. Keisha's Fit Tips, we have to give a very special shout out to a company who has an amazing brand that can help to cover your abs if you don't have the best abs. And so this portion of the show is sponsored by KOG and Company. Are your unique gifts and talents changing the world? Unleash Your Dopeness is a powerful people empowerment movement built to encourage the masses to operate outside of their fears and have the gall to recklessly pursue their dreams and passions in life. Love that. Join thousands of others as we unlock the greatness that dwells inside. Shop dope gear at KOGpassion.com. That's KOGpassion.com. And use coupon code capital DOPE, dope, with an exclamation point, and I agree, for 10% off exclusive Unleash Your Dopeness apparel. Act now. Sizes are selling fast. They have an amazing brand, y'all. Definitely, please go check them out.
I have
and give
a
them some
shirt
love.
that I just keep I wear it to work out, and it's so light and comfortable. I need to start wearing it every Monday while we're here.
Yeah, we should do that. We
dope.
should get.
Really should
Yeah,
do.
I like that a lot.
I love
dope
Katie.
shirt.
She's awesome.
What's
So,
that?
what's fit tip number 2? Engage your
Okay.
abs.
Engage your abs. Fit tip number 2 is there's 2 different exercises you can do that work more than one muscle. So I'm all in multitasking. So it's like you're lunging. If you're walking down the hall or you're headed to see a patient, people may look at you a little funny, but lunge forward, right? So while you're lunging forward, take your arms and literally do like this, a twist. So you're engaging your oblique abdominal muscles while you're lunging forward. And then to work the back side, you walk back lunge. And the same time, then you lift your leg up so you're engaging your rectus abdominis muscle.
Goodness.
If I start walking like that in the ER down the hall.
You be fine.
You know what? They'll look at you
I will
funny,
be
and then
fine.
they'll be
Fine,
like, you know
girl.
what? Let me try that, and they're gonna
Right.
try it.
That's true.
Because I take some of the people in the lab up the stairs, 10 flights, 20 flights, and they look at me, but then after a while, they join along.
That's really cool. I used to run the stairs at night sometimes. I'm gonna get back on that. I'm gonna try that.
Get on
I'm
the
gonna do that
steps. I
again.
swear by the
I'm gonna do that
steps.
again.
Every little bit. Do 10 here on break, 10 there. It'll add up, and you'll notice a difference.
That's super cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, man, we have not heard in a while. We have not heard What a Time to Be Alive. We have
Yes.
missed you. We have missed
Have you missed me?
it. We have.
So, this is one of the things that I've actually, I'm doing what I know on What a Time to Be Alive. I feel like we talked about burnout, and we also talked about how there's severe depression and things in doctors, people who we feel overworked and underappreciated, right? We have too many patients that we take care of, and they don't say thank you. They gripe and moan and they complain, right? And so we have a severe issue of being too stretched and too thin, and we don't take care of ourselves. Dr. Keisha speaks about it all the time. We don't take care of ourselves. So What a Time to Be Alive is, once again, everything's at our fingertips. Everything. And so I got this great idea from Kwanzaa, Dr. DJ Code Blue, all of the wonderful things that she is.
Lord.
She is Dr. and DJ. It's
Thank
pretty
you.
awesome.
Yes.
And Arthur. One of the things that I use on a regular basis to keep myself in tune with myself is the Calm app. I use it almost every night. It's wonderful.
out
It's a
Calm app.
meditation. It's a meditation app. We talked about it on one of our most recent
Yeah.
episodes. So I use it all the time. Almost every night I meditate, and so in between, I start off meditating, I pray, and literally I fall asleep, and I have some of the best sleep ever. So part of our issue as physicians, doctors, busy moms, busy wives, is that we do not take time for ourselves, and we do not calm our bodies down to sleep.
Right.
So I think it's important for us to sleep. And What a Time to Be Alive tells us that we can have everything at our fingers, because my cell
Yes.
phone, instead of being
Right here.
on Instagram, it's right here
Or right here.
or
right?
right here. It's at my head as I meditate and I fall asleep. Another thing that I am doing is Beachbody, the 80-day obsession.
Oh, cool.
Once again, it's at my fingertips. So I have no reason to not work out. One of my biggest things is that I'm overworked, and so I leave my office at 6 or 7. I do not have time to go to Orange Theory. I do not have time to go to the boxing class I was doing, which I love. Shout out to Women's Elite Boxing. I wish I could still go, but it's a 90-minute class. I do not have time for 90 minutes because I get off at 5 or 6
Yeah.
or 7. I have 3 kids.
Yeah.
I want to see them, right? So I just now work out at 9:30 on Beachbody, on my iPad, in my bedroom, and I work out. I sweat like a hoe in church. Right? Everybody?
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all
No, it's
know what that's
real.
like, but
No, it's
Right,
real.
that's sweating right there.
Yeah.
but
Somebody here's done the stroke.
oh, what? Going to church Sunday morning
Oh,
after doing
Lord.
some things Saturday night.
night.
Everybody done sweated like that. Y'all that brand new at this
Yeah,
time.
brand new.
So I feel like there's things at our fingertips. There's also the Peloton bike, which I do not have.
That. I really like
But
it.
I'm
know a
about
lot-
to invest.
Okay, I know a lot of physicians who
Yes.
have it because, and my dental hygienist has it because she feels like she does not have time to work out.
Right.
So we need to invest in ourselves
Yeah.
to prevent this burnout, to
Correct.
prevent feeling like we have the stigma of the superhero. We need to put our times in ourselves, and there's no excuse really. If you can ride a bike with the rest of the world in your living room,
Right.
I mean, I know it's expensive.
And you won't skin your knee.
Or
Oh
you
my God.
and you won't skin your knee. So what a time to be alive is just how we have almost no excuse to put our invest time in our mental, physical, and spiritual and emotional well-being. We were just talking about Instacart. There's no reason for us not to be able to order healthy food to our doorsteps. Like literally there's no excuse. It's not the 90s where you had to grocery store shop and, you didn't have Instacart, right? You didn't have things coming to your doorstep. So
Shut up,
this is the
Instacart.
time to be alive as far as taking care of ourselves mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually.
Correct.
Well, we have a very special music and medicine segment today. Really, not really a medicine part, except for to say music makes you feel good, man. So just do it, okay? Like, find whatever it is that you like. I mean, the medical benefits of music happen to come into play when you're really engaging in music that you like, that you care about, that moves you in an emotional way. It can be another form of meditation. And so just find what you like. And one group that I'm loving right now that's intimately tied to our panel right here is shout out to the Hooligans. They are,
Oh, is that your boy?
You gotta tell them why we're so hyped up. But this is an amazing group. I learned about the Hooligans this past year. They just headlined at South by Southwest. I actually happened to be down there DJing a set too, and so I missed their show, but I know they set it off. They're really live, local artists, and the quality of their production is amazing. So if you get a chance, you can hit up iTunes, SoundCloud, YouTube,
Music.
Apple Music,
Oh, that's awesome.
Spotify.
They're
And please,
everywhere.
yeah, go check their stuff out. And I think, they're going to play a little clip. You got a little clip going? Potentially.
Right, diamonds watch 'em glisten when I
Yes,
step
it's a
into
cool
the
groove right
limelight.
here.
Come see what you missing, shawty, take a
And,
step
the
in my
wonderful
life.
melodic voice that you're
If you
hearing
ready,
happens to be intimately tied to Dr. Warfield here. And that's Darius the Sagittarius. I got much love because I'm a Sagittarius. He's also Dr. Warfield's son. So give us a little info about that.
He is my only son, my pride and joy, Darius the Sagittarius, DARIUSTHA, Sagittarius.
Because we're also extra Sagittarius out there. We love it.
Correct. But he is a up and coming, aspiring rapper and musician, and he's looking. Him and his buddies have put together this wonderful group, and like you said, they have gotten together, got in the studio, and put out some sound quality music. So if you get a chance, look them up on Apple Music, download on Spotify, and take a listen.
Yep, and that's the Hooligans, y'all. And support local artists, y'all. I can't say that enough. Just being around the music scene. These guys are out here working hard, and half the time, sometimes they can beat out some of the artists you're hearing on the radio. I mean, and this group is phenomenal.
That's awesome.
So again, the Hooligans featuring Darius, the Sagittarius, Warfield. I love it so much. And
Hooligans with a Z.
with a Z, yes.
That is awesome.
Yes.
Thank you.
And
I'm so proud of
congratulations on
him.
that.
I'm so proud.
Congratulations on that. So, if you could please tell us, we already know, but please tell all of our listeners and viewers where they can find you, what's coming up next for you, and when to look out for that.
Well, you can find me again on all social media platforms, Google+, LinkedIn, Pinterest, YouTube channel, Instagram, Facebook, at DrSharitaMD. That's DrSharitaMD. Again, I'm going to be educating people on the disease diabetes, as well as the negative health effects, and healthy eating and lifestyle tips, recipes, meal delivery service, the whole nine. So please look me up. Please follow me. And hopefully you can be enlightened. If you can't use the information, you can pass it on to your family and friends.
When can I get a plate?
Whenever you're ready.
Oh, there we go. There we
Yeah,
go. There we
yeah,
go. There we go. We'd like to thank you for joining us tonight.
And IU. Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
You have been a
Thank
wonderful pleasure, definitely. And of
thank
course, you
you.
guys know where you can find me. I am Dr. Chandra Batiste. I am consistently and constantly fixing teeth at Elite Dental Wellness, my own practice, which is located at the corner of Fondren and Westheimer here in Houston, Texas. You can call me at 713-789-8680, or you can follow me on Instagram at hotdoc.com or Facebook, Twitter, etc., at Chandra Batiste. Keisha.
Oh, and check me out on Facebook. It's Dr. Keisha Davis, Dance Health and Fitness LLC, and also on Instagram, KYDMD_dance. Take care.
Well, good night, y'all. This has been an amazing show. It's Dr. Kwanzaa MD. And you can find me on all social media platforms at Dr. Kwanzaa MD. That's DrCWANZAMD, or my website at www.drkwanzaamd.com. And I am recovered from hero syndrome due to meditation from my calm app primarily, which we talk about a lot on this show. And I just want to thank y'all for spending this Monday evening with us. And we look forward to next week where Dr. Uzo, finally we're going to have the man back. We're going to have the XY chromosome back.
He's coming back?
Yeah.
All right.
And so he's going to be talking to us about summer safety for the kids. That's pool safety, fireworks safety, and heat safety with Dr. Vanessa Agu. So that should be really exciting.
That is
Really
awesome.
exciting.
Let's talk about it.
Great.
We appreciate you guys for joining us. Please come back, tell your friends, share. We appreciate all the love. See you guys next week.
Thanks.